Good morning, students. Today we'll start the second half of section 3, which is filters. So let us define a filter on a non-empty set X. So let us take X be a non-empty set. Then a filter on this set X, that is a non-empty collection F of subsets of X, which satisfies the following three axioms. First, phi does not belong to this collection F. It means no member of this collection F is empty. In the second condition, we have if A belongs to this collection F and B is superset of A, then B also belongs to the collection F. Means every superset of member of this collection is again a member of this collection F. In the third property, we have finite intersections of any two members of this collection belongs to the same collection. Means we can say that the collection F is closed under finite intersections. It means if we take A and B belonging to the collection F, then A intersection B belongs to the collection F. So if these three conditions are satisfied, we say that the collection F, that is a filter on the set X. Now next, there is a property of filter that if F is a filter on the non-empty set X, then X always belongs to the filter. Because filter is a non-empty collection of subsets of X. Because F is non-empty, so we can take a member A from this collection. Now this A, that is a subset of X. Now by second property of filter, if subsets belongs to the filter, then the superset also belongs to the filter. So we can say that X belongs to the filter. So we can say that a filter on a non-empty set X always belongs to the filter. So X always belongs to the filter F. Next property of the filters, if we have a filter F on a non-empty set X and F belongs to the filter, then its complement cannot belong to the filter, because if complement belongs to the filter, F is also in filter and a filter is closed under finite intersections. So F intersection complement of F belongs to the filter. It means phi belongs to the filter, which is a contradiction because every member of filter F, that is non-empty. No member of filter can be empty. So we get a contradiction in this case. So we can say that if a member belongs to filter, its complement cannot belong to the filter. Now let us discuss some examples of filters. First example of filters. Let us take a non-empty set X and F is the collection consisting of the set X. Then we prove that this collection is a filter on X. Firstly, this collection should be non-empty. Now because X belongs to this collection, so we can say that the collection F is non-empty collection. Now next we show that no member of F is empty. Now because X belongs to this collection F and X is non-empty, so we can say that phi does not belong to the collection F. In the next condition, let us take A belongs to the collection F and B is the subset of X which contains A. We have to prove that B belongs to the collection F. Now because A belongs to the collection F and collection F has only one member X, so A is equal to X. Now B contains X So B must be same as X, and therefore we can say that B belongs to the collection F. So we have proved superset of every member of collection F belongs to the collection F. In the last condition, we show that F is closed under finite intersections. So let us take A1 and A2 belongs to the collection F. Because the collection F consists of only the set X, so A1 should be X and also A2 should be X, and therefore their intersection, that is also X, which belongs to the collection F. So all the conditions for being a filter are satisfied by this collection. So we can say that this collection F is a filter on the set X. Now our next example of filters is point filter. Let us take X be a non-empty set and X be any point of X. Then the collection of all those subsets of X which contains the point X. We claim that this collection is a filter on the set X, and this filter is called point filter. Firstly, we have to show that this collection is non-empty. Now because for X belonging to X, singleton X is a subset of X and it also contains the point X. So by this definition, the sets which contains the point X, they belongs to the collection F. So singleton X belongs to the collection F. So this collection is non-empty. Now next we show that phi does not belong to this collection, because if we take any arbitrary member from this collection, then by definition of this collection F, X belongs to A. So we can say that A is non-empty. So for A belonging to F, A is non-empty. So we can say that phi does not belong to the collection F. In the next condition, let us take A belongs to collection F and B is a subset of X which is superset of A. Now A belongs to F, so by definition of F, X belongs to A. Now A is contained in B, so from here we can see that X belongs to B, and so by definition B belongs to the collection F. And in the last condition, let us take two members A1 and A2 belonging to the collection F. So by definition of collection F, A1 and A2 are subsets of X and they contains the point X, means X belongs to A1 and X belongs to A2. Now A1 and A2 are subsets of X and X belongs to A1 intersection A2. So by definition, A1 intersection A2 belongs to the collection F. So we can say that F is a filter on the set X, and this filter is called point filter. Now the next examples of filters is cofinite filter. Let us take X be an infinite set and F is the collection of all those subsets of X whose complement is finite. Then this collection is a filter on the set X. Firstly, we show that this collection is non-empty. Now because X is a subset of X and its complement is phi, which is finite, and if complement of a set is finite, then that set belongs to collection F. Now here complement of X is finite, so X belongs to collection F. So we can say that this collection is non-empty. Now next we show that phi does not belong to this collection. If we take phi belongs to this collection, then by definition complement of phi should be finite. Complement of phi is X, X should be finite, but we are given X is infinite set. So we get a contradiction if we consider phi belongs to collection F. So we have proved phi does not belong to collection F. Now in the next condition, let us take A belongs to the collection F and B is the subset of X which contains A. Now because A belongs to collection F, so by definition of F, the complement of A is finite. Now A is subset of B, taking complements on both sides. Complement of B is contained in complement of A. Now this is finite and subset of finite set is again finite. So complement of B is finite. So we can say that B belongs to the collection F. In the last condition, let us take A1 and A2 belongs to the collection F. So by definition, the complement of A1 is finite, complement of A2 is finite. Now let us take A be the intersection of A1 and A2. Now A1 and A2 are subsets of X, so A is also a subset of X. Let us find the complement of A. Now complement of A we can find by using De Morgan's law. The complement of A1 intersection A2, this is given by complement of A1 union complement of A2. Now both are finite and union of finite sets is again finite. So we can say that complement of A is finite and therefore we can say that the collection F is filtered on X. So these were some of the examples of filters on a set. Now next we will discuss methods of obtaining filters. So first there is a definition, finite intersection property. If we take a non-empty set X and a non-empty collection alpha of subsets of X, we say that this collection has finite intersection property if intersection of finitely many members of this collection is non-empty. It means for finitely many members A1, A2, A3 up to AN from the collection alpha, their intersection that should be not equal to phi. So if this condition is satisfied, we say that alpha has finite intersection property. Now we discuss first method of obtaining filters. Let us take alpha be non-empty collection of subsets of X and alpha has finite intersection property. We define a collection of all those subsets of X which contains the intersections of finitely many members of alpha. We claim that this collection is a filter on the set X and alpha is contained in this collection F. Firstly, we prove alpha is contained in F. Now let us take an arbitrary member A belonging to alpha. Now because every set is contained in itself, so we can write A is contained in A. And this A can be written as A intersection A and so on finite number of times. So we can say that A contains finite intersections of members of alpha. So by definition, we can say that alpha A belongs to F. A belonging to alpha implies that A belonging to F. So we can say that alpha is contained in F. Now next we claim that this F is a filter on the set X. So firstly, because alpha is contained in F and alpha is non-empty collection of subsets of X, so F is non-empty. Now next we show that phi does not belong to the collection F. Let us take A belonging to collection F. By definition of this collection, A contains finite intersections of members of alpha. These AI, these are the members of alpha and their finite intersection is contained in A. Now because alpha is satisfying finite intersection property. So by definition, the intersection of finitely many members of alpha is non-empty. So this intersection will be non-empty, and this non-empty intersection is contained in A. So A is non-empty. So we have proved for A belonging to collection F, A is non-empty. It means phi does not belong to this collection F. Now, in the next condition, let us take A and B are the subsets of X, and A belonging to the collection F. B is superset of A. We have to prove that B belongs to collection F. Now, because A belongs to collection F, so by definition of collection F, A contains finite intersections of members of alpha. These AI are the members of alpha. Now because A is contained in B, so we can say that this finite intersection that is contained in B, and so B contains finite intersections of members of alpha. So by definition of collection F, B belongs to the collection F. And in the last condition, let us take A1 and A2 belonging to collection F. We have to show that their intersection also belongs to the collection F. Now, because A1 belongs to collection F, so by definition, A1 contains finite intersections of members of alpha. So we can write intersection AI, where I varies from 1 to n, that is contained in A1. Here n is any natural number. These AIs belonging to alpha, and I varies from 1 to n. Also, A2 belongs to collection F. So A2 contains finite intersections of members of alpha. Those members we have taken as AJ. Here J varies from 1 to m. M is a natural number. Now, from here we can say that intersection AI, I varies from 1 to n. Intersection AJ, J varies from 1 to m. This intersection is contained in A1 intersection A2, and this is again the finite intersection of members of alpha. So we can say that A1 intersection A2 contains finite intersections of members of alpha, and therefore by definition A1 intersection A2 belongs to the collection F, and therefore all the conditions for being a filter are satisfied. So we can say that the collection F is a filter on X. So this was the first method of obtaining filters by using a collection of subsets of X satisfying finite intersection property.